Hi, this is Tim of the Watchbox at Dubai Watch Week 2021. We are here with Genus. They were the GPHG Mechanical Exception winners in 2019, and here we are with the 1.2. Now, this watch is difficult to describe, so I'm going to show how it tells time. We're going to start with the display that looks a little bit like Centipede, if you remember that game from the 1980s. So you have a head that effectively acts as the tens of minutes index. So right now, this is how you read the watch. It is 6, right at the index at the top of the hour, and you can see that the single-digit minute indicator, it's a wheel at 3 o'clock, it indicates 0. So this is exactly 6 o'clock. This little white index travels like a centipede around the dial. Now you can see the white centipede head, if you will, is at 10. So you're looking at 6:10. And it continues just like that as the white lead passes each minute marker. That represents the tens of minutes. As you read the hours at 9 o'clock, the tens of minutes, and then the single digits on the disc that rotates at 3 o'clock. Now there's a lot going on here, and because it moves in relatively subtle fashion under its own power, I'm going to operate it a little bit more quickly so you can see how it moves. Now, what's impressive to me is that for a relatively new company working in small volume, all of this feels remarkably smooth, natural, and refined. There's no pronounced notch or detent to the way it operates, and it truly is beautiful in motion. As they say, poetry in motion. Now, what really surprises me, and this is new to me on this model, is that there is a Damascus-style hammered layer profile to the grade 5 titanium that's used, and at first, I thought this was just some sort of PVD application or surface effect, but we have a friend with a helping hand who's going to show me the solid bar of titanium that produces this pattern. Now, this is the biggest solid block of titanium you're ever going to see outside the aerospace industry, and you can see it is exactly what you notice on the flank of the case. Now, the case itself is a titanium case made in 43 millimeters and a tonneau profile. So given that it's mostly sapphire and titanium, it actually wears quite light on the wrist. The timepiece has a dramatically cambered sapphire, and we actually have a little bit of a UV indicator. We're going to do our best here to show you the luminescent effects. And I'll cover that up, and you can see just how well loomed it is. It is truly spectacular, and I do mean that in the strict sense of a spectacle is formed. Now we'll get a little bit closer on the reverse side. The movement is wonderfully traditional as the dial is avant-garde. You can see it uses 18-karat white gold bridges and plates. So if you're familiar with the use of gold by brands like Jaeger-LeCoultre and Corum and FP Journe, this is that, but with a very traditional frosted finish and a 3/4 style bridge architecture like you might find on a vintage pocket watch. You can also see it as a very traditional train. Despite the dial, it is a traditional center wheel. So you have crown wheel, ratchet wheel, center, third, fourth, escape, and then if you notice, the escape wheel has its own separate black polished half bridge or cock, which is mirrored on its top with specular finish. There is anglage a mile wide on the edge of all the bridges. The screw heads are black polished with chamfered slots and circumference, and then impressively, you can see it features a full balance bridge with a free sprung index. So it's fairly tough in architecture. It beats away to very traditional 18,000 vibrations per hour. You can see, like a pocket watch, the size of the diameter of the balance is almost the radius of the entire movement, so it is quite large, and it beats away at a poetic 18,000 vibrations per hour. I like to show all the details so you can see that the pin buckle matches the metallic form of the case and the pattern of the titanium. So this is the Genus 1.2 at Dubai Watch Week 2021.